welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be going through a little book haul I did on Amazon. For Christmas I got given a £25 Amazon gift voucher, so I obviously spent it all on books. It was quite hard to decide what books to buy though, so what I did is I put all my book depository wish list onto Amazon, set the price list going from cheapest to more expensive, and then just basically added it onto the basket until it added up to £25. I ended up getting 6 books. Only 5 of them have arrived so far. For some reason the other one's been delivered by Royal Mail, which I don't really understand. But I'll just add that into my January book haul. The first book I got was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is obviously a classic, and this year I am wanting to read more classics. I'm glad I got this edition because it is the 50th anniversary edition and it is the copy that I really wanted. I remember reading this at school. I think I was in probably year 9, 10, and I liked it, but normally when I'm at school I don't really like reading books because you're like forced into them. But now, being older, I do want to give it another read, see if I like it any better, especially with what's happening now. For those who don't know what it's about, it follows a lawyer, Atticus Finch, and his daughter Jem, and he's basically, the story follows a black man who is being charged with the rape of a white girl, and I believe Atticus is in court defending this man. And it basically follows race relations in, I think it's the 1960s, I'm not too sure. Like I said, it's been years since I've read this book. But I just want to read it again, and I think it's really important to give this a read, especially race relations, and I think this can fit in my diversity reading this year. The next book I got was Ink and Bone by Lisa Unger, I think that's how that's pronounced. Now, I think this was in the Goodreads Choice Awards last year, and it just sounded really interesting. It basically follows this 20-year-old girl. It's basically about this 20-year-old girl who sees the world differently, and she's found by a police detective who wants to help her try and solve this case. A young girl has been abducted, the case has gone cold, and this police officer thinks this girl will be able to help him pick up the case and find this girl. Seems like it's definitely crime, but I think it's a bit of thriller mixed in there as well, which I think will be really interesting. And I think the cover's quite pretty as well, with the pink and the black. So yeah, I can't wait to give this a go. The next one is also a classic, but it's also going to fit in my non-fiction, and that's The Diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank. Now, even though I am a history graduate and I love World War II, I have never actually read Anne Frank's diary, which I know is really bad, but that's why I want to fix that and give it a read this year. I have always wanted to read this. My mum at home has a really nice copy. It's basically like a green hardback, and I did try and read it when I was younger, but I think maybe I was a bit too young to read it, because I think I was in primary school and we'd mentioned Anne Frank and I saw that my mum had the diary. But now I'm older, I do want to give it a good read. And also, one thing I didn't notice when I bought this was that it's got a few pictures of Anne Frank and the family, which I think will be really interesting, and I just can't wait to give it a read, see what it's like, and see if it broadens my thoughts on World War II. The next book is Primrose Path by Rebecca Griffiths. Now, this caught my attention a while ago when it was first released, and it's about a young lady who has escaped from the man who abducted her and held her hostage for 9 days, and her case became really famous, and the man was sent to prison. Now, this book is set 17 years later, and the man has just been released from prison, and I believe this follows the young lady Sarah as he's been released and going through her feelings, how she's coping, and I just can't wait to give it a go. And the last one is a book that I've wanted for ages. I did originally want the hardback, but then I saw the paperback and it was all about $3.99 on Amazon, and that's Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. Now, from what I believe, this is a retelling of the Snow Queen, and I do really love that story. I remember when I was younger there was an animated version of it, and I used to love that, even though I found it a bit scary. But I just can't wait to give this a go. Like you know, I'm a huge fan of fairy tale retelling, so this is obviously an obvious read for me. I think it's also the only YA novel on this haul, which is quite good to be honest. But all I really know about this, the young girl, Snow, has been trapped in a psychiatric hospital. She gets out and then she enters this world where I think she realises she's got powers, but that's all I really know. I think I'm going to go into this blind because I have found out that going blind into books is really good. And also, let's just mention the cover. I love how this bit's just like really sparkly and reflective. But yeah, those are the books I got from Amazon with my voucher. I can't wait to give them a read. But now that's it for me buying books. I've promised myself this year that I can only buy books once I've got down to the last book on my to read pile, which is up here, and as you can see is pretty large. So the only books I am allowed to buy in the meantime are books that I'm pre-ordering, and I think I've got 7 pre-ordered for January. So my haul will still be happening, and it will be happening around the beginning of February. But yeah, so have you read any of these books? What did you think? Just comment down below so I know what I'm prepared for. And as usual, there's my Twitter, Goodreads, Instagram and Snapchat to follow, and I will see you later with a new video. Bye!